Lego Ninjago walkthrough part 4, I think. If it's not the correct part will be in the video title, of course. So this is Ninjago City Beach, but first of all we have to actually get there. So, like pretty much any other Lego game that has been released in the last, I don't know, 5 years, there is an overworld, and this is Lego Ninjago City. So the overworld will have everything that you need. It'll have access to all of your free play stuff, it'll have access to your next level, access to gold bricks and benefits of gold bricks and stores to buy stuff and just, you know, pretty much everything that you're gonna need in a Lego game. So go through, explore the open world, look at your Ingenuity tokens and all of that if you need to, spend some time out here. But when you're finished with the level, there should be an arrow telling you where to go.
See what I mean? Will you help me get them back into class?
And in this case, you should be heading into this direction to get the quest from that guy that was just screaming about Garmadon because the students won't go train or something. So what we need to do is open up the gate, and to do that we need to get all the students back into school. Doing this, I also think, unlocks the customizable character creator for Lego Ninjago, so that just lets you swap parts for Lego minifigures. And we're going to run into the first time that we actually have to push something in this game. I kind of thought they'd make us do this earlier, but I don't think we had to do this at any point in the last level. So push this thing off the roof, and for some of the characters you can actually attack that, and you may be able to do this with all the characters, I'm not totally sure, but I know with some of them you can attack it and it'll push it along that sliding, those tiles a lot quicker than if you just sat there and pushed it. But classic Lego, you have to spend a slow amount of time pushing it across the tiles and then off, so I'm going to do it that way, except in the other levels I'll be pushing it by attacking it, just because it's a little faster. So anyway, there's the character creator. You can just walk up in there if you want to see what that's about. It's pretty self-explanatory. Doing my best not to talk over the obvious NPCs, but he's not really that important anyway, and then you'll want to come into here to start the Ninjago City Beach. So of course, I am cutting out the cutscenes because some of them are from the movie, but we are here in Chapter 4 of the game, and the chapters are kind of meaningless. I mean, there's multiple chapters in some levels are just one chapter, I don't know. The first level was like 3 chapters, so here's the beginning of this, and once again, I'm talking all over the minifigures. I know, but if you want to listen to what they have to say, just go play the game, guys. And not only that, I really have no idea what's going on anyway. So we're playing as this archer guy. Forgot what his name was. I looked at all their names yesterday, but forgot what they were, so that's just my fault. I'm pretty sure he's a robot. Either that or he has a really robotic voice actor, but I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like a cyborg or robot. Not sure. Still, I'm not too sure what's going on in Ninjago, but he's pretty cool because he can shoot enemies from a pretty decent distance away. And we're going to have our first kind of shooting ability here. So the game is going to very painstakingly tell you that to fire, all you have to do is hold X or whatever button shows up there. Move your analog stick to your target, and then release X to fire. Pretty much the same thing as any other Lego game that has been released since, what, Lego Harry Potter, I think, was one of the first ones that did that. Maybe Lego Star Wars 3, I don't know. It's been a while. So, we'll just blow that up, then we can walk on inside here. You'll want to climb up one of these walls and jump on over to the other side, climb up this other wall, and we'll be kind of working our way, sort of twisting around to where the arrow wants us to go. And just kind of, especially in this level, if you're not quite sure what to do, look around for things that you have to shoot. I think there's going to be a spot a little bit later that I'm going to be wandering around for a couple of seconds. Hopefully I cut that out. If I didn't, I'll probably go cut that out later, but it takes me a second to figure out that you're supposed to shoot 2 points on like a billboard. But anyway, just if you're in doubt, just look for things to shoot and you'll be good to go. So we're going to be doing kind of a Jack Sparrow jumping across the rooftops here. Those aren't really rooftops, are they? That's just the street. Jump on the billboards over here, and then we'll run into this guy in a crab. I guess that's like a crab vehicle. I'm not sure what what the heck is this guy's name? Whatever. I just started watching Stranger Things again, so it's not Demogorgon. Dang it, that was stupid to say that. What's his name? Whatever his name is. Whatever the enemy in this guy's name is, he seems to have a strange obsession with the aqua type creatures in the ocean. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about Ninjago. I don't know why he's so into sharks and crabs and hammerhead sharks, which we'll be seeing one of those later. So anyway, just drop on down here. It's going to be 10 enemies we have to defeat, and we'll get to use this arrow guy to do some of it. I think this part was where some of these guys were really blocking a ton of my attacks, and it was kind of strange because I hadn't been blocked that much since I started playing this game. So I don't know, and it hasn't happened since then. It may not have been at this part, but eventually in my walkthrough you will see there's a part that I just kept getting blocked and could not kill this one guy. I don't know what the heck was going on, but it wouldn't matter how many different moves I did, he just blocked every single one. One good thing to do in case there's kind of a mini boss that shows up like this guy, this might be, no, there we go. Okay, so if you kind of save up your combos to where you can do a one like that, save them for those kinds of people with the health bars, because otherwise they're going to take a little while to take their health bar down when you're killing them with just normal attacks. So take out the little minions to get your counter up and then use your fancy combo on the big guy is basically what I tried to say in the last like 3 sentences. So this door is going to be blasted open and we're going to have to take it down, which we've done before. Just switch characters, push B, and then pull down the door or yank it open, I guess, and then walk inside of here. We'll luckily get a nice checkpoint that lags the crap out of my game, but that is okay. And then we'll want to do the new objective, which is defending the harbor along with an Ingenuity token. A ton of stuff really happened right there, and that's going to happen a lot in this game, where you kind of finish an objective and then you're going to get swamped with notifications and things to spend these tokens on. So once again, I'm going to go for more studs, and then I'm going to fill in the first row, which will be 3 more from now, and then start filling in the second row. You don't unlock the third row until you have 2 or 3 Ingenuity tokens in the second row, so if you really want to do that early, you can, but like I said before, it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty useful, and you're going to feel their benefit no matter which one you pick. So what else was I was going somewhere with some, oh, that's right. So the Ingenuity thing, they really slam you in the face with these tokens. I kind of feel like they could have had less in the game, or at least made them a tiny bit harder to get. And there's going to be many times when the characters are talking, explaining something that was good to have an explanation for, because once again, I know nothing about Ninjago. They'll be explaining something, and then the Ingenuity thing will come up and cut them off mid-sentence, and then by the time I select what I'm choosing, I forget what they were saying, and I just was like, well, that was fun. So, I don't know, they could have waited until after the dialogue to give me the Ingenuity thing, or they could say, hey, you've unlocked an Ingenuity token, push this button to open the menu to, look at it, and then they can make it where that button doesn't go away until you push it or something. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. There's a lot of things in this game that are slight annoyances that kind of make it feel a little bit rushed, and since it's a Lego game, unfortunately that's to be expected, but also because it's a Lego game, it's not like I expect perfection, so I'm willing to let most of it slide, especially since the sheer ridiculousness in this game is making me laugh more than I'm getting annoyed with it. So here we have another dual build set of Lego bricks that we have to do, so we'll dual build on the right side to move the water over to the fire engine, and then we're going to use this fire engine to put out the fire. Then we can walk on to the actual beach part, and this level is once again going to be split up into 2 parts, because most of these levels, I think there's only about 10, 11 levels in this game. Most Lego games seem to have about 15, and generally the Lego game time play is around 4 hours. It takes me to beat the Lego game is in about 4 hours, so I'm expecting this one to be about that much, maybe a little bit longer. It doesn't seem to be quite the level of Lego Dimensions. That game was way longer than I thought it would be, but it was also like $100, so I guess you would want it to be. So anyway, we're going to need to break open a couple of things here if you want to. I think this is where I was getting stuck. Yeah, okay, this is the point where I got stuck with the arrow guy. Anyway, so break open a couple of these things if you want to. There's a golden brick hiding in there, and if you notice up on top of that boat, there's 2 arrow points that we can shoot. There's 2 targets. So I'm going to be looking around here like an idiot and then realize, okay, usually when you're stuck like this, it's usually something you gotta shoot. So I'm gonna switch to the arrow guy and then look around and, oh, finally, do I see it? There we go, I see it. Nope, not yet. There we go, now I see it. Nope, okay, maybe. Come on, there we go, now I see it. Okay, that didn't take too long, but just shoot both of those targets and then you'll be able to build this. I think this is like a gun, a thing that we sit in. Yeah, so it's one of the, it's like a turret gun. So we're gonna sit in this turret gun and then shoot those jellyfish that are flying around there. And there's gonna be a couple of those we have to shoot, but it's not too difficult. The gun will auto lock on once your aimer is in the general area of the jellyfish. So just defeat 10 of these, it looks like, and that's gonna be it for this part of this level. And I will continue on in part 2 of Ninjago City Beach.